Hello people, it's me all over again, actually on our wedding anniversary today. 2 years since Sharon, my dear wife, and I were married here at the library in Great Yarmouth. We still live here and we are actually in Galston. Won't make it long, but something I just wanted to kind of put together, and it was prompted, believe it or not, by something I heard on the radio. I've just been showering and doing the bonce, so to speak, and the beard and a little sartorial elegance, if you'd care to call it that. And in the shower, I was listening to Love of the Common People. Fantastic track. So being the good little internet-based person that I am, I went and Googled it. Love of the Common People, according to Google, and in fact Wikipedia, was a folk ballad written by John Hurley and Ronnie Wilkins, and they released it in 1970. However, it was first sung by a group called the Four Preps, again reference Wikipedia, in 1967. And those of you who are really smart will realise it's also been covered by people like Stiff Little Fingers in 1971. So that wonderfully catchy, very emotional, quite emotive song actually got me drying myself off from the shower thinking, what about the love of the common people today? Well, I wonder if it really exists. Because in the song it says it's a good thing you don't have bus fare, or it would fall through the hole in your pocket on the snow onto the snow on the ground, and it talks about the person walking to town to find a job. Well, one thing the common people will tell you a lot these days is find a job, get a job. If you don't have a job, the common people will tell you that you are a worthless scrounger. If you happen so not to have a job and so to be walking to town without your bus fare, and your mum or your daddy trying to, going back to the song, buy you a dress without a patch for the party to go, the common people now are likely to say, your fault, scrounger, your fault. You may have had an illness that's made you unable to work. You may be mentally or physically unfit to work. But according to the common people, represented, of course, by the Nasty Party and Terry May, our leading nasty, you should get a job. Don't care when you were born, 50s like me, 60s, 70s, 80s or whatever. The mantra is get a job. So can you now depend on the love of the common people? Just to keep you warm, keep you safe, keep you living. Somewhere where you can go, like on a riverboat queen, as Tina Turner sang when she talked about the good folks down in Mississippi and catching a ride on a riverboat queen. Can you do that in the USA or America? Well, let me just tell you what happened here in Great Yarmouth a while ago, where some common people, part of a group called Tribal, tried to show some of the love of the common people, because they run a soup run, and from their vehicle they hand out free soup to homeless people. Notice I use the word people, not the homeless, or just homeless, because believe it or not, no matter what the media, controlled by the Tories, try to get you to think, they are people. You know, living, breathing human beings like me, like you. You know, in these veins, honestly, blood does run, yeah? People. People who have blood running in their veins as well. Who get cold walking to town to find a job even. But let me tell you what common people have been encouraged to do to these people, serving soup, or they're helping the homeless? Well, they've been encouraged to physically attack them. Yes, in Great Yarmouth, the great common people, or members thereof, actually attacked homeless people whom these people were trying to help with soup and food. They damaged people's cars. They physically assaulted this group of ordinary people wanting to share, if you like, that common love. They were attacked. Now, I believe that our police force possibly have 2 suspects whom they are questioning. If you saw any of this in Great Yarmouth or thereabouts, would have been, I believe, last Friday, please do get in touch with the police. But ask yourself one other question. Why was it so easy for those people, shall we say, to attack this group and people wanting to help? Why was it so easy? Well, the reason it was easy is because the love of the common people has been expunged, taken away, turned by the Tory media and their propagandists into the simple hate of the common people, the simple greed of the common people, the simple bigotry of the common people. So there's, for many of us, no place left to hide, no place to live in, no place to be loved. Let's try and change that, folks. But by the way, if you do know anything about that in Galston, or in Great Yarmouth, I should say, please do report it to the police. Sorry to have gone on a bit, but think about it. When you hear that wonderful song, Love of the Common People, how many of us, well, in fact, over 1,000 people were going to demonstrate against that. So at least there's 1,000 people and more in Great Yarmouth who still believe in the love of the common people. See what you can do too. Thanks.